Namaste, everybody. Namaste, the yogi and yoginis out there. Namaste to my regular Rising Sun Yoga students who are still persistent with their practice. I am so admire your commitment and your persistence and your love with yourself. I mean, you are one of those people who take action, which is just come into my pep talk today. Of course, I have to find my way into that. Insight without action is worthless, and taking action plus being persistent with it is the only path to change. I don't have any more to say for each and every one of you out there right now with me, because you are those rare individuals that able to be persistent with your health, your mind, your body, and your spirit. And I cannot be any happier to walk on this path with all of you. Know that I miss you dearly. I wish that I can hear your wisdoms, but I read them on Facebook here and there. Just know that I try to connect with you the best I can. I just miss the energy being around wise people. And you are wise, and I love that. However, right now is the other challenge that we all have to be persistent with our action. The actions that we have to do whatever it takes to stay safe for ourselves and others, and yet keep ourselves healthy, mind, body, and spirit. And now it's going to be even harder, because it's not that easy that we can be around others. However, right, slowly and gradually that is happening. Some of you are very good at build this group of people that you can go and visit and keep them close by, and know how to kind of check with the illness and not let that come into contact the best you can do. So thank you for that. And the reasons I need to bring this up, because taking action is one thing. When it's come to New Year, you see a lot of people do resolutions here and there, weight loss. I'm just going to be good to myself, quit smoking, quit drinking, all kinds of great idea. But the hard part for me is the consistent and persistent, that many of you are master right now. I'm grateful for that. Consistent and persistence can bring so many things, and many of them are boredom. Many of them are, you just feel bored, feel that it's become mundane, and you just don't want to do it any longer, because it's not exciting, because it doesn't make you feel like uplifting and alive and strive like it used to be at the very first time you put your foot, let's say, on your yoga mat. And that's why a lot of people are just gone. But whoever that are able to stay here and be consistent and persistent, each and every one of you know how great that is to be good to yourself, mind, body, and spirit. And when you look out to the world and see people are so anxious, worried, and concerned, and they have no way to come back to peace, come back to love, come back to hope, come back to trust, you have this feeling of like empathy to them, and just hope that this simple insight is something that people can take action and be consistent with it. However, what I can say is this: it's gonna come nailed down to you can only take care of yourself. The only thing you can do with others is open them the possibility and the door, but they have to walk into that door themselves. But we're just gonna be here for them whenever they're ready to walk in and be persistent with their health. Great. So they can almost like be a part of this healthy energy with all of us, and we not ignore them, we not embrace them, we give them the space, like we give ourselves the space and time to come back to this mat again and again when we're ready. Close your eyes, please. And when the exhale comes, you sink right back in to your inner strength, inner space, to your heart. We look back in, we travel back in so we can remember ourselves fully. We are here. We observe and embrace the story of our lives. We come back to you, the yoga mat, to remember the wisdoms that keep us grounded. To remember the movements that keep us flexible and strong. To remember our breath that keep us back to ourselves each time when we connect to it. May our persistence and consistency with ourselves be strong always. May our persistence and consistency with ourselves filled with love and compassion, because sometimes we may fall off the track, but know that we will get back on track soon enough. The world is full of conflict and distraction, and sure enough, sometimes we are allured to them and forget. We don't play shame, we don't play blames. We love ourselves, so we are back to these wisdoms of loving again and again. Join your hands together right in front of your heart, please. And let's chant Om 3 times together. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Another deep inhale, please. You bow your head toward your heart. Release your hands. Lift your chin. Open your eyes. We are starting with Chaise Pose, please. Here we go. Deep breath in and out through your nose. You feel what's happening in the body. With compassion and respect. And let we remember to move mindfully throughout the practice the best we can. Walk both of the hands to the right and anchor your fingertips down to the floor. Inhale, breathe into your back muscles. Exhale, push the floor away from you and stretch along the left side of your body. And repeat. One more breath here. Other side, please. Hand come back center. Inhale, round your back up to the sky. We end at cow pose. Arch your back. Exhale, round your back up. Push your weight back toward your heel. And we end in Chaise Pose, please. Repeat. Keep on going. And 3 more, please. And you finish in Chaise Pose. And then carefully crawl forward onto your forearms. Lie sideways and lie down to your back. And bring your arms and your leg up to the sky and shake them. I was actually testing my body by doing that, and I can feel my hip joints are kind of gripping and doesn't have a lot of space, and my wrists are not comfortable yet. That's why little joys, warming up is important. Knee together toward your chest, arms wide open, and drop your knee side to side. Interestingly, that movement earlier, it feels too much when the joints are stiff. It's good to really be aware of that. So I'm going to move in your hip joint, your wrist a little bit more without having to carry weight. And then we go back into those space again. Let's lengthen your arms and your legs nice and long away from one another. Yeah, this also is really important. And you rock the hips side to side. You open your arms wide, light wing again, palm facing up toward the ceiling, and we are going to circle the knees apart. They're going to meet at some point, right? And then you bring them back. Now we really get into the hip joints and all the muscles that maybe feel a little bit more tight and grip from the sleeping and maybe sitting up, reading newspapers already. Change the direction, please. And happy baby. Yeah. You let go of your left leg and hug your right knee toward your chest. You can extend your right leg down to the floor. So it's like you're standing up, you just hug that right knee to the chest nice and long. This way we really can grab the hip to the floor, and the hip we have the chances to be pushed forward very little, which is very good for the lower back here. Then we are going to kick the right leg up to the sky. You can just use your own hands and interlaced them behind the thighs here. I'm not gonna asking for a strong hamstring stretch here, just a little bit. And you can walk your arms, your palms up the calf, up the knee, up to your ankle, if it feels comfortable for your body at this moment. Okay. And switch side, please. Hug your left knee in toward your chest. Okay. Core is in, shoulder blades is back. Keep breathing fully. And interlace the hand behind the thighs and kick your left leg up. You can kind of move it in and out. And you slowly walk the palms up the legs into the foot and stop wherever that feels comfortable enough to feel the stretch of the muscles. And carefully let go. Shake one more time, wrists and ankles. Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees apart. And once again, reach your arms over the head. Use that to really elongate all the bones away from one another. And carefully, knee to the chest, roll onto the right, come up and take a seat. Let's open the legs apart, please. Upavista Konasana. And let's move the body in a circle. I feel a lot of tensions and kind of like something's going on in the hips today. So I'm moving energy in and out from this space first. And change direction. And we go side stretch. Let's get into the side muscles of the trunk. Oh my God, it feels really good. It's really intense. Switch side, please. Please remember that you can use your arms however you feel like you can really feel empowered by using it, and also receive the stretch in the level that it feels right to your body at this moment. And I say that all the time because when we go into the stretch again later on, you know, the way you want to stretch your muscle will change after it's become a little bit more limbo. Okay. One more on each side, please. And inhale, come up and away from the floor. A little twist here. And Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees apart. And lift the heart, drop the knees side to side. You can also work your neck here if they feel tight. You can always move your neck around in a lot of the poses, especially when your head hang low, that's a very good time to really release tension and any story that's going on the night before. And we are going to face the front of the mat. Let's do a little bit of movement that will involve strengthening your core and stretch your hamstrings muscles. So leg extend forward, spine nice and elongate, and then exhale, we go forward. Now that is your hamstring. Inhale, come up and away from the floor, and exhale, we go backward. And that is going to be the core. Okay? And you just listen to your body. Keep moving with your breath. Go little by little, like deeper maybe, or not at all. Right? Do 2 more, each direction, please. My hamstring already said to me, please love me a lot today. I am really tired, I need your attention. And come up to your seat. Since we are in the seated position, let's move with a little bit more seated poses, please. Right leg extended, left leg cross over, twist to the left, inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, twist. Remember, your belly is not going with your heart. Don't forget your neck. Do it with the chest open, okay? Do not round your shoulders. Inhale, turn forward. Other side, please. And you inhale, you untwist. Go back to your left leg and set your legs up in Janushirshasana. Left heels in, left heels into the groin, left knees is bent, and we do Parivritta Janushirshasana. So we do the side stretch seated right now. As you can see, I use my arm over my head. This is one option that I offer to use many times. You can keep the hands on the hip or extend it over the hip. And you inhale, come up and away from the floor. Switch side, please. Other side. I don't know you hear Taya or not. She's really loud right now. And inhale, come up and away from the floor. Now let's go into hands and knee, please. Take your tabletop, and when you're ready to move, let's make spinal wave. Other side, please. And from here, we go to downward facing dog. My body feel a lot more open, which is, I feel almost like I'm ready to move. So let's work the dog. That work with your body. And remember, you can work on opening the heart. You can work on opening your hamstring and your calf muscles by pedal your knees. You can still work on your back muscle by sway the hip side to side, or you can do all of them. Remember to keep that hand nice and firm to the floor and crawl the floor with your finger pads. And let's do 5 breaths. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can wave the dog if you want to. So you kind of wave up and then wave back when you go low and butt high. Or you can just go up and back and up and forward. Yeah. I don't know how many already. Let's do 2 more. Come down onto your hands and knee. Hi, sweetie. Have a good run, honey. Knee together, drop the hips side to side. Where are you going, cute? Can you run through the back door for now? And come back center, open your knees apart. Let's get your right leg extended back and up, and left hand forward and up. And we're gonna move, okay? Inhale, opening them to the side. Remember your leg can be straight as well, and then come back center. Elbow and knee beneath the belly. Inhale, exhale, extend. 2 more each direction, please. When your arms go sideways or go underneath it, you really want to push the floor away from you so you can round your back up to the sky. Left hand down, right leg down. Turn your chest to the right side of your room and really extend your right arms over here. Exhale, facing the floor, right leg forward. We go into a lizard pose. Back legs, you can be on the knees, right? And you kind of move your body in that left space. Mindfully, you feel the groin to your right side and see if you're gripping or you pinching. And you don't want that to happen. When your head hangs, you can move your neck in any direction that you can release more tensions out from your neck and shoulders. We're gonna still focus on the right hip. So left leg, once again, keep it straight or knees on the floor, and you diagonal your right foot to the right. Some of you may need to use block for this. And you are going to roll on the little toe side edge of the foot and open the knee to the right. Remember that you're gonna go down with the chest and you want the hip to go back, not forward toward the foot. And your chest is go kind of to your foot. Kind of, it's actually go to the foot. It's not kind of. Keep your right toe spreading so your muscles are engaged while you're stretching them. You just want to spread that toes enough. Like you don't want to overdo it. Make sure no tension on too much on your arms, your neck, and your shoulders. You have to use a little bit of it, of course. And you inhale carefully when you move up and away and you feel safe to roll your leg back to center. You do that, and then you're transitioning the weight toward your right foot. Kick your left leg up to the sky, opening the hip. And then exhale, cross your left leg behind your right leg. So we come into cross leg Uttanasana. Leg straight, body extend it downward straight, or you can move it side to side. You can do anything with the arm. You feel like you really want to get into working on your heart opening. Stretch your pec major. You can interlaced the hands behind the back. If you just want to focus on the lateral sides of the leg for now, you can pull yourself deeper toward the leg. For us who have space to go into it, if you still use the block, you do so, and just respect the body. Carefully bend the knees, step your left leg back, hands down to the floor, kick your right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog, opening the hips, bend the knee, and kick it to the left. While you push evenly your chest with that strength of the arm backward toward your left foot, each exhale. And then extend your right leg straight, inhale, square the hip, come forward to plank, land that foot down for now, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. I'm going to ask you to do 3 push-ups, so pick your plank, please. 1. So you can do it safe. You can do it strong. And then back to Chaise Pose. Connect with the breath. Up to your tabletops. Inhale, left leg back and up, right arm forward and up. Breathe. Next inhalation, opening your legs and your arm to the side. Exhale, back center. Inhale, go beneath your belly, get your elbow and your knee meet. Back center. 2 more each direction, please. Oh. And then when you finish, arms and legs go down, body turn to the left, left arm is overhead. Remember, the exhale is when you use it to elongate the left side of your body. Use your core to protect your lower back. And when next exhalation comes, you go toward the floor with the left leg go forward. You go lizard pose, body diagonal to the right. This is your hip stretch. So go as high as you can, really work to keep extending that left knee forward, okay? Sometimes if you just focus on your torso first, you may not be able to get into the hips. So get into the hip first. And then let that weight on the trunk to intensify the stretch after. And carefully, heel toe your left foot in slightly and diagonal your left foot to the left. You balance on the little toe side edge of it. On the back knees are not opening your left knee to the left. Find the proper height for your body. Yeah, take your time. And then hips back, chest forward. This is a very intense stretch for my body. I don't know about yours. And then you just slowly send the heart to the floor. And remember, when you have the space to remember, checking in with the balance of the energy of your giving, you're taking action, and you're letting it go and surrender to the pose itself. Inhale, come up and away from the floor. When you feel safe, move the foot. So then you can move forward and have the weight onto your left leg, kick your right leg up to the sky. You can even shake it if you want to, or circle that knees a little bit. But be strong on your standing leg, and next exhalation, you cross your right leg behind your left leg. Like strong, guided to the floor. Core is engaged, spine is nice and long. Yeah, you stay really firm on the leg. You feel the energy of the work. And then your body can relax and let go. You let go, no tension build up in your upper body. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward, bend the knees, keep breathing. Three-legged dog, right leg go back first, and lift your left leg up, opening the hips, bend the knee, kick it to the right. Exhale, push your chest back. Keep that shoulder blades evenly. Know that the opening of the hip will make your right shoulder drop more than the left, and you have to feel that action of evenness and do it and evenly. Push the chest back toward your right foot. Extend your left leg back out, square the hip, inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank pose. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Let's extend the left arm to the left. Turn the body opening to the right. And really stretch the pec major on the left side of the body. I want to maximize the opening of the upper chest as much as I can before I will flow you through poses. That will bring ease to your wrist and your lower back. And other sides, please. You move mindfully, you move intentionally. You know yourself in space. Know that the insight of this moment is to be in the present, to be with your breath and with your body. Carefully roll back down onto your belly and your chest, and let's get into forearm plank pose, please. You can interlace the hands, or you can do, Pinja Mayurasana, arms with the block between your thumbs and your index fingers or not. Core is lifted, and then extend your heart forward. Next exhalation, get your knees to the floor. Another big opening in the chest is our Dolphin Pose. Wherever your arms are, adjust them to see, you have enough room for your chest to push through your elbow. Like you can interlace the hand, you can keep your hands in prayer, or you can have your palm facing the floor, or even facing one another, or block between your palms. Like, play around with it. You have 5 breaths to go. When you're ready, lift your hips off the floor. Bend the knee, and each exhale, really push your chest through the frame of your elbow toward the feet. And that is the action of opening your heart. That is going to make your upward facing dog and cobra feel much more at ease if you get the maximum stretch out from this pose. If it's not, just know it's okay, right? If you want to increase another opening, you can keep the heels or pedal one at a time of your heel to the floor. Then you can stretch your calf and your hamstring on top of already such a work of opening your heart. Yeah. And then rest in Chaise Pose. And breathe. And let go. Allow the breath to go into the space that you already opened. You just imagine that is happening. Your body rise and fall with the breath. Downward facing dog, please. Step your right leg forward between the hands. Inhale, warrior two. Go sideways first. Extend side angle pose. Exhale, facing the floor, standing split, left leg up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Your flow is here. Inhale, plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale. I need 3 to 5 breaths for your back bend here, please. The reason that we need a lot of breath here so you can really work the opening and take the time to challenging your lower back. It's still our almost like first back bend here, so we have to be mindful and be gradual. And downward facing dog. Breathe. Left leg forward between the hands. Warrior two. Remember, you dance with the breath, you are not static. Extend side angle pose. Hips is back, heart is open. Standing splits. Bring your hand to the floor, kick your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, plank pose. You can inhale, hold the plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Once again, work on your back bend. 2 more breaths here. Yeah, my lower back feels much better already. That's good. And downward facing dog or Chaise Pose, please. Now bring yourself to downward facing dog. Let me challenging you here. First of all, lift your right leg up to the sky, okay? And then carefully get your left hands up to the sky too, so you lift it off the floor. Now stay as stable as you can, opening your right leg and your left arm to the side. Yeah, you can bend the knee, okay, and then come back center. Once again, go to the side. Push your weight back, come back center. Step your right leg forward. Warrior 3. Warrior 1. Please remember, don't worry about your arms go up. More concern of opening your heart. And when you're opening your heart, don't opening your ribs. Close your ribs. Okay, that will protect your lower back. Allow the hand to go wherever that you can really get the maximum opening in the heart. Parivitta Pasava Konasana, left elbow outside of your right knee, hands in prayer. Remember, the back knee can be on the floor. You're twisting here. Keep breathing. Make sure that when your elbow pushing to the knee and the knee resisting that, your knee should still come back to stack on top of the ankle. Okay? And then untwist, standing split, left leg go up to the sky, opening the hip. Uttanasana, exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Hips back, spreading your toes. Once again, I'm not worried about your arms has to go up to the sky. I'm more focusing on you allowing wherever your arms landed that your heart can remain open. even in front of you, extend it like that. You can pluck your armpit back and your heart even open, easier if you're really tight. Core is in, heart is lifted. Stand tall, inhale. Your flow is here or rest if you need to, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. And then you go back, plank or Chaturanga Dandasana, and flow mindfully through your poses. Pick your back bend here. And you go back to your downward facing dog or Chaise Pose. Or you're already there already. And you just stay there and breathe. And you meet with me back in downward facing dog, okay? And let's lift the left leg off the floor. Push your weight back. Let the weight go to your left hand and get your right hands off the floor. Try to stay as stable as you can and opening your leg and your arm to the side. Bend the knee, might be easier. And then come back center. We're just gonna do 2 last one. Push your chest back toward the foot and back center. Right hands down, left leg forward. Warrior 3. You're gonna be here, not that long. Square the hip, core in, spine nice and long. Warrior 1. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, lift the heart. When you don't fight with the breath and you work with it, you will go back to that settlement in the body much quicker. Allow the challenge to make you really focus on your breathing, not in your thoughts. Right elbow outside of the left knee, hands in prayer. Parivitta Pasava Konasana. Carefully go into the standing split. Legs, right leg up to the sky. Uttanasana, exhale. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Hug your chins in, push your thighs apart. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, chair pose once again. Keep your knee over the ankle. Yeah. Just know that the wider your leg, the chair is going to be easier. If you need to make it easy, stand tall, inhale. Flow, please, or rest, please. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. I'm going to jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Pick the back bend. And back to down dog or Chaise Pose. You know, when you become more flexible in the pose, you can move through each pose in the floor sequence quicker. Right? But when there's stiff joint and stiff muscle, we're not going to move fast. From here, we step the right leg forward between the hand, have the left knee on the floor, come upright with the body. Let's intensify the stretch of the hip flexor on the left, okay? And we kind of pause that flow actions a little bit. So allow the body to catch up with the breath. Ribs is in, heart is lift. Side plank on your left, Vasisthasana, left hand outside edge of your left foot. Your right leg can be in front of you. Remember, you can stack your right foot or lift it up, or you can do 3. You can come down on your forearm, or you can make an easier version of this side plank. Your weight should go more toward your foot than carry it in your wrist. Exhalation, flip that chest to the floor, right leg forward. Extend side angle pose, please. And with the breath, you can build the depth of the pose. You don't need to strike the pose right away. You can just work the part of the pose and get deep into the muscles. Like I'm trying to get into my hips right here. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. And Trikonasana, triangle, straight that front leg. Like adjust the width if you need to. Triangle, normally you may have to stand a little bit wider if you want to bring that right arm to the floor. But that's not the only action to get that right arm to the floor. Right, the extension of the spine is also important. Runner stretch, please. Runner stretch, and you bow down toward your right leg. Let go of your neck, your shoulders. Step your left foot forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, Malasana, squat with your feet apart, please. You can see that I sit down very easily. This is not maybe for each and every one of you. If you have the challenge to keep the heels down, your job is to just, stay as high as you can keep the heels down, and you work to send the hips back. Work to go down to the floor. Or you can put the block underneath the heel if it feels better. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale down. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. And your choice of flow or rest, please. Jump back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog or cobra pose. Or rest in Chaise Pose. And down dog. And breathe. And keep coming back. You're taking action of coming back to the breath to be calm with this storm of poses. Left leg go forward, right knees to the floor. Come upright with the body. Heel to the hip, root the tailbone down to that right knee. You're going to feel more weight go toward the back in this pose at first. Heart lift, shoulder base back. Most of the poses, we don't do it with round shoulder, arm balance. Some of the poses are. Okay. Also, the chin is open and you move your head back slightly. You have to feel where the spine goes, which is go toward the back, and you move the whole spine that way. And you're balancing. When you find that opening and stability, then you move everything from here forward by lunge. So the leg is moved. The body is almost like keep the position. It doesn't go with it. Side plank to the right, please. Right hand outside edge of your right foot. Pick what you want to do with your left leg. You can come down with your right knee. Right? You can come down onto your forearms. Remember that your left leg is free. Your weight should go back toward the heel. And exhale to the floor, left leg forward, extend side angle, pose. Even though your heart is really extended forward and up, your rib is go opposite direction. Please feel those two actions in your trunk. That will help your lower back protected. Warrior 2, inhale. Reverse warrior. Hips back. Just enough. You don't overdo that action, of course. And stretch your left leg. Inhale, Trikonasana. Exhale, adjust the width of the stand. You can go to the floor with your left hand. You can float your body up to the sky even, or you can put the hands on the block. You feel like that's better for your body. Elongate all part of the body. Right? Is no dropping on the back. on the sides of the body. Runner, stretch, exhale. Lift your heart up and away from your left leg. Go forward. Ground to your left foot. Step your right foot forward. Uttanasana. We're going to come up standing from here. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, bow legs strong. Tuck your shins in. Push your thighs out and bring your arms out and up to the sky. And thread that hands in prayer through the center of the body. Go right to your heart. Hips back, Tadasana. Heart open. Neck nice and long. Can you find the strength that you still work so firmly from your core downward? And even though you feel the strength, lift the heart and the spine upward. That softness, it should come in play as well. So your breath can move you, can work with you. You don't close off completely. Tree pose, balance on your left leg, get your right leg up. You can do standing half lotus pose if your hips opening so much already. We are going to kick that right leg forward, so get your right knee to the chest first and grab the strap if you have to, or you can hold your big toe with your index and your middle fingers. Hips move back, kick that leg forward. Remember, I don't look for the straight right leg. I'm looking for the straight standing leg and hip back and heart lift. Okay? Or you can hold the back of the thighs. Garudasana, eagle pose, so bend that right knee. Go on top of the left leg. Heart lift, right arms under the left arms. You can hold your shoulder and stay there. You can twist more and hook the palms together. Let's stay tall in the spine here and just move your body backward, 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 backward. Stay as heavily toward your left heel the best you can. And then unhook the leg, warrior 3 with your arms still in the eagle pose. If it doesn't work, please change your hands anywhere else. You can bring them to the floor. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. And we go 3-legged dog, hands come down. Kick your left leg back and up to the sky. Inhale. Left knee to your left armpit. Exhale. Kick it back and up. Left knee to the nose. Round your back up to the sky. Kick it back and up. Left knee to your right armpit, kick your back, and then go back up to the sky and step your left leg forward between the hands. Half moon pose, please. Chandrasana. Go to pyramid pose from here, so you square your chest back to the floor. Step your right leg back just a touch, and then both legs straight, and you bow your head down. Step your right leg to meet the left Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, bend both knees, hug them in. Parivrtta chair pose, please. Parivrtta chair pose. Revolve chair pose. Parivrtta Utkatasana. When you bend both knees, we twist to the left. Hands in prayer. Remember to keep an eye on your knee. You want to keep your knees even. Sit down deeper and deeper and deeper. and your spine is elongate, hips back, chest forward. Yeah, I know, breathe. I know, it's not easy. Breathe. Uttanasana, exhale. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, just let it go. Soften your knees a little bit. Maybe you open your legs wider if you want to have a wider foundation, and you hold the elbow and you're just like, oh my God. Finally, she let me rest. And then inhale, lengthen your spine forward, you straighten the leg, exhale, bow, we go up standing, ground out to your feet, open your arms out and up. Don't push your hip forward, please. Go upward. Exhale, Uttanasana, with the hands come right to the heart. Let me honor Tadasanas here, since I don't bring you to this pose quite often enough. Build your optimal alignment. Remember that where we put ourselves in space, it's health or it's pain. We protect the lower back by keep the hips stay slightly back. Now, tree pose on the left, so weight onto your right leg, get your left leg up. Okay. You can do standing half lotus pose or tree pose. Okay. Your arms are yours. You can do any mudra, any hand variation that you learn from any teachers. That means so much to your being into the practice. And we go from here to eagle pose, please. So maybe work the leg first, and then work the arms, left arms under. Remember, I want you to stay tall and learn to lean back. So you move from the leg. You go from the toe to your heel, and you're going to feel like you're going to fall, but you're just going to go as far as you can. Challenge your core, suck your core in. Then we go warrior 3 with the arms right here, or change it wherever that's help you to feel still empowering, not scaring in any shape and form. Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Bring your hands down to the floor, 3-legged dog, right leg back and up. Inhale to the armpit, exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog, exhale to the nose. Inhale, 3-legged dog, exhale to the opposite armpit. Inhale, back and up, and then half moon pose, please. Step your right leg forward. Your right hand can be on the floor. Know that you're going to feel more stable that way. But if your leg is not opening enough, be on the block, you're going to feel more comfortable. But you are going to be less stable. Which means working on your core is more essential, and we need to do that anyway. So it's good that you have the challenge to be mindful of. And carefully go to pyramid pose, please. Carefully pivot to the left, turn your heels in, turn your toes out. Goddess pose. Once again, take in the breath and let the body move with the breath. I really want you to move like a jellyfish in most of the poses. Not all of them, but most of them. So that's going to help the muscle to really elongate much quicker and also much safer than you just stay so stiff and let the breath go through the muscle. It's not going to happen. You really need to do a lot of this, yeah? And then carefully come up a little bit off from the knee joint and ankle joint, and make your feet parallel toward one another. And we go Pasarita Padottanasana. I have this space for any one of you that have a solid hip stand. You are so opening in your hip and in your shoulder. Your tripod headstand should feel so much easier. And some of you may be surprised by that. Or you can do Pasarita Padottanasana and go really deep into the pose. Go really far back. The best you can go. Or you can even do like birth of paradise by just hold the arms and turn your body open to the other side. Get one arm under, get one arm over, and just straight both legs and really feel the chest is nice and open. Wherever you are in space, now I give you a lot of options. Pick what works for you, okay? And carefully get yourself out from that stretch. Turn to the back of the mat. Kick your left leg back and up, opening the hips, bend the knee, kick it to the right. Extend the leg, square the hip, bring your left leg forward, pigeon pose. We are almost done, everybody. Just let the breath move you. Be with it. Be with it wholeheartedly. Be with it fully. Carefully inhale, lift your chest up and away from the floor. Take a seat and carefully swing your right leg forward. And we're gonna go over the left leg. You are coming back to your seated twist. Either keep your left leg bent if it feels comfortable, or straight your left leg. And we're twisting to the right, okay? Go as deep as you want to, and once again, your belly should not keep on going with the chest. I feel so open now that I can buy my hands and make it tighter. Yeah. You can dig really deep and get both of the hands to the floor and kind of push your elbows apart. You really can feel this hips back. Or you can keep both of the hands and pray, or just do your normal twisted poses. And once again, this elbow and the knee in the front, you have to let them work toward one another. That doesn't make any part crooked. They should go back to the center of the pose, right? So your knee or your elbow should not be pushed to the side so much. It should come back in the center. And then untwist, and then you untwist the knees, then the leg, and you go back toward the front of the mat, and your pigeon is pretty much right there on your right leg. Yeah. Breathe and let go. Let's us all remember that to keep ourselves at the space, in the space of peace or happiness or surrenderness or respect to what's happening in our life, is to keep taking the action. taking the right action, that we not get derailed into overwhelming hatred and anger. Be skillful to pick and choose what to listen, what to read. And you ask a lot of questions. Inhale, come up and away from the floor. You take the weight onto your right hip, right, and you swing your left leg carefully, like forward. With either straight right leg or knees bent, cross your left leg over your right leg and you're twisting to the left. And you also allow yourself to taking the times to go through any challenge and chaos in life. At the beginning of the challenge, always feels a lot. But the more you get into it, get used to it, the more you're gonna see possibility, see what you can change, how you can make yourself stronger. And then you keep taking the right action. Inhale and twist. Paschimottanasana, please. Sitting bone to the floor, straight the leg the best you can, spread your toes. As you can see, I don't use a lot of prop because my body doesn't need it, but that doesn't mean you should not use props, okay? Keep your arms straight and you just bow. Now, when your hamstrings are really to the point that it's flexible enough that allow your trunk to go deeper and then you can feel the stretch, that's when you actually can really let go of the upper body completely. For us that still need to use the prop, we might have to use the upper arms more, but that doesn't mean you should ten up your neck and your shoulders. Once again, use enough power to feel strong, but not overdo it, because you need that space that you can feel like the breath can go in and out through you. And inhale, come up and away from the floor. Shavasana, please. Pick what's work with the space, with what you have. If you need more props now, get them, get the bolsters, get the blocks. I'm gonna go into, put the block underneath the knees and lie down. Let the body sink deeply into the earth beneath you. So the breath can flow fully in and out from you. Remember the action you take is what bring change, bring love, bring compassion, peace, and change in your life. And know that from me to you, you are always love, respect, look up to, and admire. I see you next week, everybody. Namaste.